How you doing, everybody? This is Matt Munguia, the FEX mentor here, live from Costa Rica. I'm at one of my uncle's houses. I want to show you what hard work can do for you. Check out this view. And some of the house there. Pretty awesome, isn't it? Anyway, so I'm going to go over a couple, one topic really of why I write a specific company. I'm going to go over the companies I like to write are the know before I go type of companies. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about Foresters and Mutual of Omaha, because that's Foresters is kind of who I'm writing the most with right now. And as soon as I finish winning their trip here shortly, then I'll start transitioning over to Mutual of Omaha. So Mutual of Omaha, changed up their system a little bit. They use Aptical now, which is the same phone PHI system as Foresters. So I know they had a bad rap, but now they're using Aptical. They're not calling your clients after afterwards and asking them more questions and this, that, and the other. You're getting a for sure yes or no at the end of the phone calls. But let me go back to why I like to know before I go. Number one, we're constantly spending money, or most of us are spending money on leads, right? So when we finally do get in front of a person after we've called, set up an appointment, door knocked, whatever, that's it. There's no guarantee that we're going to get back in front of that client ever again, no matter how nice they were, no matter what kind of rapport you think you built, whatever. So I like to know before I go. So I get a solid answer at the end of that phone interview, and I know if they were to get graded or declined, I can still pivot and go somewhere else. If they were approved, great. You're high-fiving them. I like for my clients to hear. I think there's power behind hearing them for themselves by the company, that they were approved, right? And then you can put your own special touch on that. I've been with agents that sit there and do a little victory dance for them. I like to just high-five them and congratulate them. But so knowing before you go is one of the biggest things that I like to do. It's important for me as a carrier, so I don't have to be, again, more efficient with my time that way. I get the answer and I'm done, okay? Or I can pivot, okay? I don't have to be coming back for a second appointment and all that kind of stuff. Another thing is the accidental sweetener to both of these companies. So a lot of companies out there you can't add accidental to it. There's power behind this. I've been doing this for over a decade now, and it's hard replacing sometimes a company that they're overpriced, things like that, but yet the client can't get out of their mind that's a $20,000 plan, even though it's a $10,000 plan plus $10,000 in accidental. You can't. There's some clients that are dead set. No, that's a $20,000 plan, and it's only $41. Okay, so I start using that to my advantage instead of fighting with it. I do the same thing myself, So I add that little, $2 accidental sweetener to the Foresters plans and the Mutual of Omaha plans. So now, and I write it down. After I finish closing my client, I write it down for him. And look, this is a $10,000 plan plus $10,000 accidental for a total of $20,000 plan for $39. Okay, and I leave that kind of stuff with them. So when I'm not there and they forget, 2 weeks from now what exactly they had, they can read that. Or somebody else is trying to replace me, they'll say, oh, $20,000, for $39. Okay, there's power behind that. That's why my persistency is good with those type of companies. Okay, also Aptical is who both of those carriers use, which are open on the weekends, Spanish friendly, so you can do Spanish interviews. And you get an answer. More importantly, the most important thing in my opinion is you get an answer before you go.